Hey guys, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase to Eat. Hey, how you guys doing? I hope you're having a great morning. I am. So here's what I thought I'd do. I never eat. I mean, you know what's funny? I eat constantly in front of you guys. I eat more stuff in front of people than I do by myself. But I'm always just sampling sauces, or you know what I mean? I'm eating breakfast this morning. These are two little quiches or something. I didn't make them, you just kind of froze and you kind of pop them in, but they're made with just egg whites, so there's no yolk in here. So I'm going to eat a couple of them, I'm going to put some sauce on it. This is my breakfast. Thought I'd hang out with you guys. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Man, it's going to be a good one. You know, the other day I did a review, I reviewed an old classic. I polished off a bottle of my dad's favorite sauce. I felt so bad about it, decided to go get him another bottle. I might eat this one before I'm gone. But anyway, good etiquette. Listen, if you go to somebody's place and you kill a bottle of sauce, replace it. Sauce, it's not something to play with, you know what I mean? It's like code. There's guy code, and then there's like chili code. And if you eat somebody's sauce, maybe replace it. This is really a great sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat one of them with just a little Tabasco. This is their milder green. Honest to goodness. By the way, this is not just Papa Scoville's favorite. This is Tommy Scoville's favorite sauce. Wasn't positive about that. Now, normally I would take the flow restrictor off. I'm going to take the flow restrictor off. I was going to say I'm not because it's my dad's, but no, I need to educate him. He needs to not have a flow restrictor. All right. So, such a great, this is just jalapeno. It's distilled vinegar, jalapeno pepper, salt, a water, salt, cornstarch, xanthan gum, and ascorbic acid to preserve freshness. So we're going to put a little bit of this Tabasco on. Oh, what a great sauce. Such a delicious sauce. So I got one covered here. Oh. It's so delicious. I'm positive at some point in my life, without a doubt, this is my favorite sauce. But I've just kind of changed. That's so good. I'm constantly asked, I don't know why this is a question. But I tell you constantly, I mean it's a weekly thing. It happened just a couple days ago. Somebody said if you got stuck on an island, or if you had to pick one sauce that you could only eat for just one sauce for the rest of your life, what would it be? My answer on those are usually all the same. I'm like, I don't like your game, I don't want to play it. I'm like thinking like that. You know why? It's like saying if you could pick one album, what would, after 2 years or 5 years, you'd be sick of hearing that album. I just don't like playing if you only had one sauce game. But the truth of the matter is, if I really could only pick one sauce, that'd be on the short list of sauces to consider. No two ways about it. It's such a great sauce. Really is. All right. So let me show you the second one I'm going to have. This isn't even a sauce, but this is so good on breakfast stuff. And it's a space in the spicy realm that a lot of people haven't kind of dived into yet. This is Benito's Chipotle infused maple syrup. Guys, if you haven't had spicy maple syrup yet, oh, I had a feeling this was going to happen. I should have put it under the hot water. There we go. Sometimes with maple syrup, when it dries, the sugar is just like, it doesn't want to let go. Anyhow, if you haven't tried maple syrup, spicy maple syrup yet, you need to. All right, so Benito is just really amazing. Now, this is the cool thing is this is Vermont maple syrup, and I'm spent a lot of time living in Vermont. Bourbon aged, bourbon barrel aged. It's a Scoville winner. The pure organic Vermont maple syrup in this product was harvested by a family-run maple farm throughout the Green Mountain State. It's really cool. Couldn't read. Listen, you know what? I probably should have printed it out. It's just great. I'm not going to read it, but my mouth is watering. Benito's. They also have a ghost pepper. They've got a, is it a Reaper? They have 3 different heat levels I've tried. But man, is this good. Here's the deal. This is one of those things, if you ever get spicy maple syrup, it'll ruin you for regular maple syrup forever. You'll never want regular maple syrup. Because there's never a time where you're using regular maple syrup where you won't rather have spicy, so slippery slope. Oh. Funny story to tell you. I grew up in Vermont, like I told you. Born in New York, spent a lot of time in Vermont. Where I grew up, we had a lot of land. Not a lot of land. A lot of acres. Anyway, we had somebody we knew, a friend of ours said, that would tap trees and make maple syrup. And he came to us one day. I was young. He came to my parents. I was a kid. They said, listen, Scovilles, if you let us tap your trees to get the sap for the maple syrup, we'll give you a bunch of free syrup at the end of the year. Just for, because they're going to sit there anyway. It doesn't hurt the trees. So my parents were like, sure, go ahead. So at the end of the year, they'd give us a couple gallons of maple syrup. So we always had just the greatest Vermont maple syrup there was ever. However, beyond that, I was, growing up, it's really funny. I lived in a town. It's going to sound ridiculous, but I had the only hill in town as a kid with a really great hill that was paved. So every kid in town with a skateboard was at my house in the summer every day. And we'd skateboard all summer long. Well, towards the fall, when they would tap the trees, we'd still have some warm days. You'd be out there kind of skateboarding and having fun. And you'd see these buckets, these tin buckets. Now it's all done with wires and cables and, it's all very high tech now. But back in the Stone Ages, when the earth was still cooling, they put buckets and they would just drill a hole, like a hollow thing, all the way, a spigot, all the way in there, and they'd attach a bucket, and the sap would run. What you didn't realize is that sap was delicious. It would run like water. It was a liquid just like water, but it had a little bit of a sweetness to it. So we used to skate with all my buddies, and when it came time to get something to drink, instead of running up to my house to get something to drink and raiding the refrigerator, we'd just go and we'd raid a bucket. We'd pull the top off, and any bugs that were in there we'd throw out, and we would just drink the sap out of the bucket. I kid you not. I might have friends that will come across this video and go, wow, I remember that. I can tell you the names of the guys. Mitch, Marty, Billy, all these guys, Tommy. It'd be funny to see a comment one day, I was there. That was fun. But also having the only hill that had, it was paved. There were some colossal accidents, some really great wipeouts. And knee pads, elbow pads, helmets, shorts, no shirt, it was crazy. Sometimes no shoes. Oh man, I'm lucky I'm here. Really, you have no idea. Seriously. The stuff that we did, honest to goodness, we never had a helmet, ever. And everything I did was dangerous. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to finish eating this and stop talking. Wow. When the video's over, I'm licking that. I just don't want to do it on video. All right. So what do you put on your breakfast today? Breakfast always seemed to be the last meal that got spiced up. Always heated up my lunch, always heated up my dinner. Breakfast was the last stance. I was like, no, we're not going to let you heat us up. Now everything is spicy. So have you started spicing up your breakfast yet? There are things you can put on cornflakes. If you want it spicy, you can have it spicy. Anyway, that was my breakfast. A little bit of Tabasco green jalapeno, their green pepper sauce, and a little bit of Benito's chipotle flavored maple syrup. Man, what a great start to the day. Hey, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Tell somebody you're with, you love them. They need to hear it. I mean it. And also, life's way too short to hold a grudge. Don't do that. When you forgive somebody, I'm not going to preach to you guys, but when you forgive somebody, you aren't doing them a favor. That's what the problem people have in their own head. Is they think that when you forgive somebody, you're doing them a favor. You're not. You're doing you a favor. You know why I forgive people? You know why I will never hold a grudge? I'm way too selfish. There. You hold a grudge on somebody, they're in your head. They're living in your head rent-free. That's a drag. So when I forgive somebody, I forgive people before they ask for it. In fact, no one ever has to ask for forgiveness from me because you're always forgiven because I'm not carrying that around. So do yourself a favor. It's like luggage. Put it down. Don't hold a grudge on anybody. Life's better when you don't do that. So kill a grudge today. Stop it. Life will be better. I promise you. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Right there's our pepper. Man, you know what? Click that pepper. You become part of the family. You get on the Chase the Heat bus. Where's it going? I have no idea. But we're going to get there together, all right? If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification. You will see a little drop box. When that happens, select all. You will get all. Right there is League of Fire. Oh, we'll be talking about League of Fire this week as we are getting close to the big run of League of Fire with the Scoville Squad. More videos there. Man, I love you guys. Thanks for doing this with me. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.